Hey everyone, it's Jenna Melanson from Canadian Beats Media. Today I'm joined by Halifax-based singer-songwriter Joe Hubley for our latest segment of 5Qs. Welcome, Joe.
Thank you, Miss Melanson. I'm happy to be here.
So first off, care to introduce yourself a bit more in depth for our listeners?
Yeah, I'm just thankful that they've lasted this long. I've already said a few words, so if we're gonna lose people, we probably have already. But I'm just a fun guy. I'm a regular dude, and I love making music. I make it, like you said, out of Halifax, one of my favorite cities on earth, and I just turned 20 years old, and I'm feeling amazing. And I'm on Canadian Beats now. And so that means I must have done something pretty important. Got a couple singles under my belt, some more music coming up. And I'd love if people would join me along this ride.
Okay, awesome. So you just released your newest single, Pretend. Tell us a bit about the creative process behind the track.
For sure. It was a really, really fun one to make. And it came together pretty quickly too, which is kind of always a validating thing for me. I always kind of know that that means that and nothing was forced, nothing felt
Mhm.
like I was reaching for something that wasn't there, wasn't accessible, wasn't easy for me. Everything kind of really felt in my wheelhouse. And that's always a like I said, a very validating thing when you're making any piece of art. Doing anything in general, I think in life, but especially because like most of my thought goes towards this one medium of art. It always feels good when it comes out pretty seamlessly. And this one did sort of that. I woke up and I just laid it all out and I kind of knew that I definitely knew I wanted to, have people hear it. It's a 2-minute glass of water, it goes down real easy, and it felt like it was the right thing to do for the next single. I released my debut single, Post Up, back in April, and we're thinking about following it up, and we were tossing around a couple other names, but when we listened to this one, it was just undeniable. It's hard to have a sad face on when you're listening to
Yeah.
this song. It's you're ready to move, you're ready to two-step, you're ready to groove, and that's kind of the energy we were hoping to encapsulate. So when we were looking at all these singles, it felt like the one. So I started just with the chords. It was just me and my guitar, which I
Mhm.
don't generally write in that style too much, but this one was kind of stripped down at first, and then the drums and the bass kind of came relatively simply because the parts themselves are not that simple. It's really just they're all kind of a vehicle for the lyrics, and it was a concept I was thinking a lot about at the time. And so, like I said, it came together real easy, and that's how I knew that it was one that I wanted to be represented by, and so it became the second single.
For sure. So, as you mentioned, your previous single, Post Up, and this one, Pretend, are coming from your upcoming EP, Spirits and Ghosts. Do these songs, do the rest of the songs on the EP follow suit with these two releases as far as the upbeat, uh, party ready songs?
Most definitely. I like that you said party ready. That's amazing because I do feel like when I'm in the studio, it's me and Archive, my producer. We're recording in Youthful Music in North End, Halifax. It's always kind of like a party. We're not like super like high energy guys like jumping off tables and stuff like that. But we're always just looking to have fun. We're always just looking to keep it light, to joke around, and that's I think our energies um act very harmoniously with one another when we're thinking about making this art. And so I think you hit the nail on the head. When Spirits and Ghosts comes out September 1st of this year, it's going to be 4 songs plus an intro,
Okay.
and it's yeah, get ready to party. Buckle up, y'all, because it really is. It's one of those things that no, I'm not like a mournful, like lamenting kind of dude. Like I keep things very light. I don't take much seriously, and I think that definitely comes across on all 4 of the songs, and they're all ones that are gonna get you moving, ones that are gonna get you dancing, and ones that are gonna make you just not take things so seriously, man. Just like when you have things going on in your life, you can hopefully go to these songs to forget about what's going on and just find some refuge and have a little fun.
Yeah, well, these two definitely did that. Um, if you had to describe your sound in 3 words or less, what would you choose?
Uh, vitamin water fueled. I drink a lot of that, and I'm still looking for that sponsorship. So if they're watching.
Okay.
You know how to contact me. But I think maybe 3 words or less. I can choose one. I would say no, actually one's too tall of an order. I'd say groovy and I fun, I guess. I just
Yeah.
like to have I like to when I was young and I was listening to music, I was it was kind of more of like a place to go from the world. And what I
Mhm.
realized is that music is everywhere in the world. And so when you're able to kind of like I think sometimes if you seek too much refuge from the world, you close in too much and music is like holding you up. I think that's a beautiful thing, but it's also sometimes a very a path that kind of leads downhill to an unhealthy place to be. But when you can find a healthy balance between reinserting yourself back into the social world and using music as a way to kind of do that, as a way of unity, as a way of bringing people together, I think that's a beautiful thing. And so when I would come together with these groups of people, whether it was at parties, whether it was at the church, whether it was just a regular get together, a barbecue, or some kind of lunch or cookout or something like that. It's like music was kind of the vehicle.
Right.
And I know I'm way past 3 words now, but I guess like when I say fun and when I say groovy and when I say like you said, party ready, I think that's kind of what I mean. I don't mean just like, getting loose, getting wacky, getting wild, although I condone those activities. It's more just an act of unity. And I'm hoping that people can come together with these songs and just have a good time.
Yeah. Okay. So if you were able to work with any fellow Canadian artist, who would you choose?
Two of my favorite Canadian artists. Actually, I'll say three. From my home city of Halifax, Aquaculture is somebody who inspires me on a daily basis. He's one of the sweetest people I've ever met, and just such a talented musician. And he's
Mhm.
got such a versatile range of sound. I would say Katie Tupper. Man, she's crazy too, holding up the R&B scene with a pinky finger. And I would say Loviette too, from Nova Scotia, but I think
Mhm.
she's based in Toronto now. She's been ripping it up, and some of her sound, man, it's so nostalgic. It's so kind of, I think like even '80s pop inspired, but it's also got this like punky sort of attitude. I eat it up on a daily basis, so I think those three would definitely be the first to come to mind. But there's so many that I'd be honored to work with.
Definitely. So last but not least, what's your favorite thing about being a musician in Nova Scotia?
I think just getting the honor and the opportunity to meet all the other musicians. And like I said, I think kind of the overarching theme is just coming together and bonding with other people through music, using that as a vehicle. I think Nova Scotia has such a cast of characters and such a beautiful range and group of musicians who and over like a cacophony of different sounds too. It's not really, nailed down to one sound, genre, or attitude. Everyone is so unique and so different. And I think just every day through music, whether it's through the industry or just through the art form itself, I'm able to meet some new people. And that is an ongoing blessing. And I hope it never ever stops. And it's not just Nova Scotia, it's across Canada too. But I think Nova
Mhm.
Scotia has a special place in my heart. I'm gracious for everyone accepting me into, the business, into the industry as I kind of making my mark slowly with these singles and the EP coming up. Everyone's been so nice, so helpful, and so accepting. So I mean, just having that kind of positive energy around you, you can't go wrong.
Yeah. So that's it for 5 Qs. Thanks for joining me and congratulations on the new single.
Thank you so much, Mitch Melanson. Thank you everyone for watching.